Bonjour, voici vidéo 3H, les verbes comme ouvrir. These verbs look like IR verbs, but they do not follow the regular IR pattern conjugation, no IS, ISIT with these. These instead look like ER verbs if you look at these endings. So let's look at ouvrir, to open. We start with our stem, ouvre, O-U-V-R, is the stem for every conjugation. We just drop the IR to get our stem. But instead of adding IS, ISIT, we're going to add the ER verb endings of E, ES, E, ONS, EZ, and ENT. So it makes these verbs very simple to conjugate, but until you're familiar with them, maybe difficult to remember which ones are true IRs and which ones are irregular IRs. So let's go through the pronunciation of ouvrir, to open. Ouvrir, j'ouvre, tu ouvres, il ouvre, also elle ouvre and on ouvre, nous ouvrons, vous ouvrez, ils ouvrent, elles ouvrent. So very simple, just like a regular ER verb. These conjugations, let's draw a little line around. These conjugations all get pronounced the same, making this our somewhat lame boot verb shape. E-E-S-E, E-N-T. They're all pronounced the same way. Ouvre. Nu and vu are pronounced differently, of course, and that is pretty regular to what we've seen for nu and vu with ONS and E-Z. So if you look in your book, à la page 41, they're going to give you some other verbs like ouvrir. I'm just going to erase this and I'll look at the other words and pronounce them. Then we'll do the activity. So besides ouvrir, which means to open, there is couvrir, couvrir, to cover, découvrir, découvrir, which is to discover, offrir, offrir, to offer, and souffrir, souffrir, to suffer. So let's do exercice U. Complétez les phrases suivantes à l'aide du présent des verbes entre parenthèses. Present tense of these verbs. And I'm just going to put up the conjugation. I'm not going to put up the whole sentence. It'll take way too long. And it's here for you. À Noël, nous, blank, des cadeaux à ceux que nous aimons. At Christmas time, we offer gifts to those whom we love. So we need offrir for nous. We get our stem, O-F-F-R. And then for nous, O-N-S. Nous offrons des cadeaux à ceux que nous aimons. Numéro 2. Lorsque nous, blank, nos cadeaux, nous découvrons souvent une bonne surprise. Lorsque is another word for quand. It means when. When we open our gifts, we often discover a nice surprise, a good surprise. So we need ouvrir for nous. U-V-R is our stem. New form, O-N-S. Nous ouvrons. Nous ouvrons. Numéro 3. Mon grand-père blank d'un cancer. And this one is souffrir. My grandfather is suffering from cancer. Souffrir for il. We need our stem. Souff. Wait, let me check this one. I got right. With an R. Souff. And for il, singular, you just need to add an en. Il souffre d'un cancer. Numéro 4. Les enfants, blank, beaucoup, quand on se moque de. And the verb is souffrir again. Children suffer a lot when one or people make fun of them. Se moquer de is to mock, to make fun of them. So we have a plural verb this time, les enfants. Our stem is going to be the same, souffre. But this time we want ENT for the ending. Right? Les enfants souffrent beaucoup. Numéro 5. Les demoiselles ne blank pas que le collier emprunté est faux. The verb is découvrir. Les Loiselles goes back to the family that in the beginning of the story where the lady has borrowed the necklace from her friend, and we'll be reading the rest of that story tomorrow. This sentence is referring to that. The Loiselles don't discover that the borrowed necklace is false, is a fake. So we have les Loiselles, plural verb, and we have the verb découvrir. So we've got our stem, découvrir. And then what do we need for the plural? Hopefully you've got that. Découvre. Les Loiselles ne découvrent pas. Numéro 6. Le voleur blank les bijoux qu'il cherche. The robber discovers the jewels that he is looking for. So we have il and découvrir. So we're going to have découvrir. And what do we need for the ending on that? Le voleur, il singular, découvre. De découvre. He discovers that they're false. Or no, he's discovering the jewels that he's looking for. 7. Nous avons toujours froid quand tu blank la fenêtre. We are always cold when you open the window. That avoir froid, to have cold, is their way of saying I am cold. Remember those avoir expressions we did? Avoir froid, avoir chaud, avoir mal à la tête. We had a whole group of those. So we have tu as our subject, though, and ouvrir as our verb. So we want ouvre, O-U-V-R-E-S. Tu ouvres. Tu ouvres. 8. Le petit chaperon rouge ne blank pas les mauvaises intentions du loup. And it's découvrir. She doesn't discover the bad intentions of the wolf. So we have le petit chaperon rouge, that would be elle ne découvre pas. She doesn't discover. Elle ne découvre pas. Et numéro 8, les pauvres blank parce qu'ils n'ont pas assez à manger. Poor people suffer because they don't have enough to eat. So in this case, les pauvres, the adjective alone is standing for the whole group of people, poor people. We see this in the very famous story Les Miserables. If you actually look at what Les Miserables is as a title, it doesn't have a noun. Miserable is miserable. It's the miserables, but what we mean is the miserable ones. So we take an adjective and make it stand for the whole group of people. Same thing here with les pauvres, the poor ones. So we've got plural verbs, so we need souffre, plural. Les pauvres souffrent parce qu'ils n'ont pas assez à manger. They suffer because there's not enough to eat. Okay, hopefully this will help you with the irregular IRs. I have not checked on the online verb drill. I bet that there is a whole section on these, so you could do that too if you have free time. I will probably make up another verb drill sheet for you the next week to practice those. In the meantime, let's look at depuis. This is the second part of what you need to do for today. Depuis. And basically, depuis can mean for or since when referring to time. So, for example, I might say, depuis combien de temps? For how long? Étudies-tu le français? For how long have you been studying French? And then I would answer, j'étudie le français depuis 2 ans. So, depuis combien de temps is the first question that we can ask with depuis. Depuis combien de temps? For how long? Okay, let's just do that one for now and do a couple examples, and then we'll go to since. So when you answer this question, you're going to say, j'étudie. our question was, depuis combien de temps étudiez-vous le français? J'étudie depuis 2 ans. I have been studying for 2 years. Okay. Notice that although we're saying I have been studying, which is a present perfect progressive tense, if I'm not mistaken, we're still just using the present tense in French. So when you guys say that French is harder, well, here's one case where French is easier, because they don't even have a present progressive future tense, present, whatever it's called. They don't have progressive tenses, they use the present tense for everything, which is really nice. All right, so let's look at the other use of depuis, which is since. And when we want since, depuis means since, and you're going to use the question, depuis quand? Basically, since when? Depuis quand? And with this, you're not necessarily going to say 2 years. You're going to give me more of a time frame like last night or last week. Let's look at an example. Depuis quand est-ce que Mathilde travaille dur? Since when has Mathilde been working hard? Elle travaille dur depuis la soirée du bal. This is in reference to the story again, La Parure. She has been working hard since the evening of the ball. So we're not giving a 2 years or 10 years or 6 months. We're giving since and the actual, I don't know, time frame, I guess. Since Saturday night or since Tuesday or something like that. Let's do exercice W. Exercice W à la page 42. Answer the following questions using the Q's in parentheses. Modèle. Depuis combien de temps étudiez-vous les maths? And we're going to say us and 10 years. Nous étudions les maths depuis 10 ans. Okay, so the first few are combien de temps, and the last few are depuis quand. So depuis combien de temps habitez-vous à Paris? For how long have you been living in Paris? And we want to say nous and 5 ans. So nous habitons, present tense, à Paris depuis 5 ans. We have been living in Paris for 5 years. Numéro 2. Depuis combien de temps parles-tu français? And then we're going to answer with je and un an, 1 year. So je parle le français depuis un an. I have been speaking French for 1 year. Numéro 3. Depuis combien de temps est-elle malade? For how long has she been sick? And we want to say 6 mois, 6 months. So read out. Elle est malade depuis 6 mois. She has been sick for 6 months. Okay? So, depuis combien de temps, we would say for how long. And when we answer, for 5 years, for 1 year, for 6 months, etc. Now let's look at a few with depuis quand. Depuis quand, since when. Depuis quand sais-tu nager? Since when do you know have you known how to swim? Since the age of 6 years. So je, still present tense, even though we used a crazy tense in English. Je sais nager depuis l'âge de 6 ans. I've known how to swim since the age of 6 years old. Numéro 5. Depuis quand est-ce qu'il est ici? And he has been here since samedi soir. Since when has he been here? Il est ici depuis samedi soir. Samedi is Saturday, soir is evening. He has been here since Saturday evening. Okay. Et numéro 6, depuis quand est-ce que Claire a mal aux dents? There's another avoir expression. To have a toothache. Since when has Claire had a toothache? Since Monday. So we want to say elle. And then we have a group. Elle a mal aux dents. I'm going to let you do that. And then we need depuis lundi. There, I got it to fit. Okay? She has had a toothache since Monday. So whether you're being asked depuis combien de temps or depuis quand, you're still answering with depuis in your answer. It's just what type of answer are you giving? Are you giving a number of years, like in the other example, or are you giving a time frame, since the age of 6 months, since Saturday night, or Monday? So it's really in what you're trying to express that determines whether or not you use depuis plus a year or a month, or depuis plus an expression of time like this. All right, that ends exercise 3H. Au revoir.